Yeah.
Very decent, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine, yeah. Yeah, they're interested.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're well. We'll take a show of hands for questions, please, with mics on either side of the room. We'll set an embargo towards the end for 10:30 p.m. on Saturday evening. We'll start with Pete. Thank you.
Pep, good afternoon. Hope you're well. Busy week for you. Rodri came off during that game. How is he and the rest of the squad as you get ready to go to Brentford, please?
We'll train this afternoon, but looks good. Everybody finished without the problems. Yeah, fine.
All good. Phil Foden's been left out of the England squad that's just been announced this morning. How surprised are you at that, bearing in mind the way he started the season?
Thomas knows what he needs for the national team 1,000 times, a million times, trillion times better than me. All I can say, if Phil is still playing like he's playing, he will be back.
Is a little part of you maybe relieved because the last thing he would need is to go away and maybe pick up an injury?
I am happy that the players go to the national team, but I am even more happy when they come back healthier. That's for sure.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Pep, on Phil Foden's form, there was a good piece on the Manchester City website this morning about his goal-scoring record at Brentford. I think it's 6 goals in 3 games there. First of all, do statistics like that matter to you? Do they influence your selection?
No.
But when Phil's playing at the standard he is now, how much more does he give this unit as a team?
A lot. He's the best player we have in the small spaces in the final third, by far. Sense of assists, especially sense of goals in small spaces. How he turns in attack and the desire to score a goal is the best we have.
And on Brentford, obviously, they had a change of manager over the summer. They've still started this season well. What do you make of them, and have you seen subtle changes in the way they play?
No, quite similar. Little details, but quite similar with Thomas Frank. And are doing really well, so it's a tough place to go. Brentford all have been. But in the same time, yeah, looking forward for the last game before international break. Do what you have to do.
Thank you.
Hi, Pep. Just back on Rodri. He obviously came off the other night and then you conceded that late equaliser. Are you able to replace him with just one player? Or when he's not in the 11...
Are you suggesting you score because Nico Gonzalez was in the pitch and not Rodri? How you know that? How you prove that?
I can't prove it.
Me neither. So change the subject.
But does Rodri's place in the team, is it possible to replace him with one man? Or do you have to change the whole way you play?
We cannot play with 12. That's for sure. We cannot play with 12. Now, I know what I'm taking. I know Rodri is safe, and know that Rodri is irreplaceable in many things. But Rodri could not play 3 days before because his knee was in a bad condition. So that's why. So in that moment, Nico Gonzalez, in the 30 minutes he played, for the player who more balls recover in the transition attack defense, and we concede less transition, that with Rodri concede more in the first half, and he was playing. So that is why. And I would love to tell you, yes, because Rodri is not in the pitch, we concede the goal. But I cannot prove it that, because I would feel it, Rodri would have been in the pitch. So, but Rodri cannot play in certain moments, maybe 90 minutes for many games. And Nico played really good against Burnley, really good. And he's learning, he's improving, and we need him because Kova is not ready, and Rodri cannot sustain still yet the rhythm for games 90 minutes. Make an incredible effort the week against United, Napoli, and especially Arsenal. And that's why I try to protect my players, because look what happened in Carvajal in Madrid, look what happened in players for many injuries. He's injured again and again and again. So sometimes I want the best players there and being fit, but he's still not. So that's why I had to protect the players.
Another player who has performed really well recently is Jeremy Doku. What do you put that down to? What's the difference in him this year to last season?
What I said in the final third, in the 1-against-1 dribbles, is magnificent. Is top. So he's a player that gives him more assists than ever. As a guy like have to, but he's still young and still have a lot of things he has to improve a lot in a global and understanding the game, offensive, defensive, and I don't feel just for good actions and help us. You have to, because that's why I have this talent, but it still has a lot of things to improve, a lot.
Pep, Erling was quite angry after the match in Monaco, which is quite refreshing because some players would just look at their goals. Is that the kind of correct mentality?
Yeah, all of us, we want to win. We could not do it. We did many good things, and other ones who can do better. But it's normal time the process. I had the feeling, but I feel the diagnosis what they have to do, and we'll work on it. And yeah, I want to win. I have a chances to score the third, and yeah, it's not a problem, I would say.
Is this the kind of behaviour they expect from one of the captains as well?
Yeah, of course. What can I say? Yeah, of course. I like when they are like this. So I'm a different, I don't know. So my feelings about the teams when it's bad in front of you, I don't like to express it. I like to have it with me, with my team, with my players in the basement. I like to share it here.
Just on that, do you think the fans would have appreciated Erling's honesty, though? I know what you...
We are honest. The fans like it when we win. Absolutely.
Can I ask you about Nico Gonzalez? We saw you giving him quite a lot of instructions in the few minutes after the full time at Huddersfield last week, the week before. Are you able to give us a little bit of insight onto what those discussions entailed and how he's improved?
Had to move in the right spots to the holding midfielder find him more and the transitions, and have the time at time will be more free to be more courage to play, to break lines, to do all the stuff that against Burnley was much better, but of course can do better. But he's so young. It's not Rodri. Have been 7-8 years together, so he has just not even 1 year together in a tough period, and there are many things that step by step is going to take it, because he's open-minded, he's incredible coachable. Not all the players are. From my experience in 14, 15 years as a manager, 70 years as a manager, and he is, and he will get it.
And how difficult do you think it is for a player to sort of be Rodri's understudy when Rodri's been so good for so many years in your position? The club spent quite a lot of money on Gonzalez, and he's like looking at his competition going, I need to get to that level. It must be quite difficult.
Yeah, thank you for that subject that we spend a lot of money on Man City. That's good. Yeah, I continue with that, and it's fine. So he's so young, and of course, even Rodri, when I started the first season, the struggle. It's normal. So when you won, so when the player came in new environments and new things, you have to need a process to understand it. The problem is open. So, but Nico is Nico. Nico is Nico. Has to be the talent from Nico. It will improve a lot, but it's not, because even can play more forward. Nico in his early ages in Barcelona Academy, he plays more attacking midfield. Is a guy who arrives in the box, and I use that as a holding midfielder. He can do it from there. So it has to be Nico. So Rodri had been and is an outstanding player. So everybody knows it. So But Rodri, I said to him, he maybe struggled to understand it's not about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Now, 8 months I play, I'll be the Rodri I had before. No. Rodri will be good, in the World Cup in Spain. In the World Cup will be the best Rodri, and the next season will be the best Rodri. This season will be how you handle it step by step and do it. But it's normal. So if 1 year I've been in the table massage, 1 year or 18 months, the body change, the rhythm change and everything. You need question of time. As much as healthy and work in what they have to do, he will be back. He will be back.
Hi, Pep. It's a few days on now, but were you gripped by the Ryder Cup last Sunday?
Oh, yeah. What a Sunday, I would say. First of all, congratulate, of course, Luke Donald and his guys. So it's not easy, to beat in New York against USA. But, oh, God, last day. Everybody thinking... I like when I listened to the interview with Sean Lowry and the guys. So the worst 6 hours of my life. So they say that, playing after Masters and US Opens and everything and that feeling. But the Ryder is that. So they play against incredible top players, but they were resilient. But I was surprised. Everything is done. That's the sport's another lesson, right? It's done when it's done. You lose the Premier League when you lose the Premier League, not before. So it's the same. So you win it when it's win it. Otherwise, everything can happen. Sport is so difficult, so complicated, golf especially. But really pleased that Europe showed the character again, and they could win, and Tommy Fleetwood show again how good he is.
I was going to say, you sent a good luck message. Have you heard from any of them since? Have you heard from Tommy or anybody?
Tommy, Luke, Donald, a little bit, yeah. The other ones, I don't have the telephone number.
Any chance they might come to a game here, Tommy or Luke?
Sorry?
Any chance they might come to a game here, maybe?
Will come. I think he's in St Andrews now, in Carnoustie, I don't know, playing that tournament. But yeah, I should know later. I want to know everything what happened in that days, especially in Sunday. But there was first 2 days, Friday and Saturday, they were incredible how they play.
Hi Pep, you ended the last international break with defeats to Spurs and Brighton. You've now gone 6 unbeaten. How much progress do you think the team has made in that time?
And the most optimistic make me happy is that I visualize the margin to improve. I love that feeling. I like the feeling that I think we can do better. We can do better. And this is the feeling that I like to be as a manager. Otherwise, when it's done and after I have the feeling, the margins to improve is a little bit short. I think the feeling, the improvement can be better. Reading what they do, the opponents, what they have to do, the spaces we have to attack when I do it. And I have the feeling that we are creating again the tempo, the pace that is really good to read it, but we can attack a little bit more fluid and a little bit more consistent, insistent in the attack. If we can do some movements that we can do better, and I love that.
I know it's not everything as well, but how important is it to build these kind of unbeaten runs for the confidence of the team?
Yeah, of course it's that, but when you win one game, after 3 days another one helps. But when you win a game and the manager will take 10 days to take caipirinhas and players go to a national team, it's important but not for Everton or for the next games, Villarreal and so on. Have time to reflect, to visualize and see what happened.
Certainly, Margaret,